you our reading skill about Tulipomania. Now, before you read, here are some questions, okay? What is an economic bubble? Why does an economic bubble occur? How can we prevent the economic bubbles? How big can an economic bubble can grow? And who are the ones that causes the economic bubble?
Now, my name is Joaquin Martinez, and I will be explaining the reading skill we chose for this. Now, the reading skill we will be using for this presentation is summarizing and reporting. A summarize is used to report the ideas of another writer and should clearly indicate the main source of its information. The phrase according to is also frequently used, but writers also employ a large inventory of other reporting verbs with many degrees of meaning. These verbs generally fall up to two categories. First, there are verbs indicating neutrality and verbs indicating agreement. Uh, when, when a verb is indicating neutrality, the writer does not indicate an agreement nor disagreement with the author. An example of this would be Charles Mackay says commerce suffered a severe shock. Now, as you can see, the word says does not have a posture. It's just merely informative. Now, some verbs that can express neutrality are believes, explains, says, that, suspects, asserts, claims, maintains, states, thinks, assumes, complains, reports, and suggests. Now, on contrast of the verbs indicating neutrality, we have verbs indicating agreement. Now, verbs indicating agreement are those which the writer used to agree to a researcher's statement, taking it as a fact. An example of this would be researchers point out that McKay's account leaves out the mention of two events. You can see that point out is used as something that they are completely sure of and not as a mere informative verb. Uh, Verbs that can express agreement are acknowledges, discovers, is aware that, points out that, reveals, admits, establishes, knows, proves, shows, discloses, indicates, notices, and realizes. Now we'll follow by showing the lecture we chose for this presentation. The first economic bubble. Now my friend Daphne will continue by explaining the reading skill we use on this reading.
Our reading skill can be used in many different ways, since the argument is neutral. It can be used if we're in a debate because we can expose different points of view about the economic bubbles. That is very interesting, which is a very interesting topic and is the one that we use in this reading.
So next we the vocabulary quiz. Here we have this word that is occurs, the non-defined compound definitely, the thinking, underlining, a lot of words. Okay, here we have a sentence and using the word that we previously say. And okay, the accuracy is always his target. I compound these two sentences to you to have a better understanding of the text. Beyond their immediate immediate denotation, the words have a connotative power. Shall not this then be at the disposal of the gods? When their governmental ideology changed, he decided to start his own political story. The number specifies how many shapes, dimensions, or present. Always underline the most important things of my book.
Now the problem. Number one, why do you think people love tulips so much? Number two, which it could another be another example of a economic bubble in our time. Number three, what do you think can solve an economic bubble? Number four, what do you think was the worst economic bubble happened? And number five, which is the important factor to produce an economic bubble? Thank you.